Later, Zoe!
It's so painful. She was called from a mom. That their parents died in Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala. That they were able to go see them one last time. It's at the same pain and the same suffering that this guy is fighting this fight for permanent protection. Because we're tired. We're exhausted of them playing games with our lives, dividing us between the good immigrant and the bad immigrant. All of us, all of us, all of us. The 11+ million undocumented workers deserve permanent protection, dignity, and respect. It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose
Hi, how are
but
you?
our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
All right, y'all. I think this is a ground movement, right? We're all here because we're here for some struggle, right? Immigrant rights are human rights. Our Black Lives Matter, right?
Siga la vida, las deportaciones.
Even if we've never been arrested a day before in our lives, we're taking away our humanity. We're put in this system that just makes money off of us, that it profits from our pain, and there's no way that people can get proper medical treatment within these detention centers because they're not even equipped to do any basic medical training.
We have to denounce this.
We
have to denounce these racist and fascist institutions like ICE that continue to dehumanize us, and they profit from our pain and suffering. And I'm like a little bit of, I'm just adding a little bit of what Brian was saying and sharing with all of us today. So that's what we have to remember: the violence of ICE, right? These institutions. And all the fight that continues for are the people inside detention centers. People have been there for more than 5 years, because it's prolonged detention. So there are very, very few ways to get someone out. And it has been so hard for the past 4 years to fight for liberation for our community members, right? So many of us have been doing the petition campaigns, and it's just heartbreaking to see, to have to say to our family that, it's hard, right? Like the courts are all appointed by Trump, and all of them are fascists, even during Obama, under any administration, they don't give a fuck about our communities, right? And they continue to do the same thing. It's so hard. It is. We have some of the families here that we've been struggling with and building a power, right? Because we want to make sure that families are involved in this fight as well, right? That they're seen, because there's so much, people dealing with attorneys, racist attorneys, that sometimes will they take advantage of people because they know the system, and our people don't know the system, right? So it's how do we make sure that our community members know what questions to ask and how to fight back in the streets, right? Because they don't see us activists and community organized all the time, but we get involved, regular people are just walking by right now about the injustices that are happening every day, because individualism keeps to continue dividing us and isolating us from one another. When all of us here right now, have some sort of privilege, but also all of us are poor, oppressed people fighting back for liberation, right? So it's to make sure that we are building power with our people. We just don't talk about undocumented people and their families, that they're voiceless and they cannot fight back. They can fight back, and that's why we have some of the families here, because we want to make sure that the next event is organized by them, and the next action is organized by them. And all of us together, right?
Buenas tardes, soy Noemí, una mujer inmigrante de Veracruz, México. Hoy me acompaña mi hijo Yaritza, de 4 años, y mi nieto Dominic, de 1 año de edad. También me acompañan mis compañeras de cosecha y resistencia comunitaria.
Hey! I'm sorry? I didn't know you were waiting for me.
They're confused.
You got confused with somebody else. Who do I look like? See, with these masks, it's like so confusing. You only see the eyes, just like, do I know you? Don't you? So I see.
okay.
That's like what's cosecha?
Yeah.
What exactly is it? Well, what do you speak English, right? Though. Okay, because I don't speak Spanish. Maybe that's why I get confused.
No, I speak Chinese.
你好，再见。
that fight for the permanent protection for the people, dignity and protection, permanent protection for the people. For
Dignity.
the immediately the people, the most for the no paper people. For the
You mean the illegal immigrants?
illegal immigrants.
I see.
Yeah.
So you want when you say dignity, I mean in what sense? From the perspective of the
respect,
authority.
Respect and dignity, yeah.
So, but respect and dignity is not the same as getting, let's say, employment authorization or getting legal papers. It's kind of, you can respect everybody.
Permanent protection because it involves not only reform, it involves permanent protection for everybody, for the 11 people.
11 million people,
that are in this
I see.
section, yeah.
Hola.
Hey, how are you?
Bien, bien.
See, I got confused for somebody else with these masks.
Hola, Chito, ¿cómo estás?
Tomémonos una foto de cosecha ahí. Mira.
Okay.
Okay. Omale?
¿Cómo está? Vamos a tomar una foto.
Okay, picture.
Picture?
Ya, vamos a salir, pues. Vamos a tomarnos unos champurrados allá.
Marlene, dime my brother.
Hola, mucho gusto. Marlene.
Aquí en Nueva York.
Oh, sí, aquí
Todas de cosecha, los revoltosos, vengan para acá.
No, un abrazo.
Everybody, can you take a picture with us? Los de cosecha, los revoltosos.
Okay, what happened? What are we gonna do now? Photo up. Good side. This is my good side. No, everybody take your first out.
Uh-oh.
Las mantas.
Las mantas. Quisieras de 11 millones.
Oops. I know, let's burn.
Okay, listos? Ready?
Come on, let's passenger.
Yeah, get closer, cause...
¡Chinga tu migra! ¡Chinga la migra!
Arcelia, pégase más.
¡Chinga la migra! ¡Chinga la migra! ¡Chinga la migra! ¡Hasta luego!
¿Ya?
¡Chinga tu migra!
Pero falta Dariela.
Ahorita tomamos con ella. Ahí vamos.
¡Chinga tu migra!
1, 2.
La mano arriba.
Péguense más. Get closer, get
¡Chinga la
closer.
migra!
All right, 1, 2 y...
¡Chinga la migra!
Don't move, we're missing Dariela. Nos falta Dariela.
No se muevan, we're waiting for.
you only see the eyes. I was confused for somebody else. When the guy saw was there with the masks, like somebody was waiting. Uh-oh, there were more pictures.
I can take it out and put batteries, but like,
But that's
you just plug it in.
Can I ask you something? I mean, since you speak English and Spanish perfectly well, here, I mean, I'm not a Spanish speaker. I come from Russia originally. I speak Russian. That's my mother tongue. But I see these kids using, I think, this words, chinga la migra. Somebody translated me that these are kind of bad words. I mean,
No, just apologize.
No? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I see. Okay.
Antonio estén de regreso conmigo.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yes.
And English?
Sorry, sir?
And English.
My language is that?
You speak English too, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So they were saying chinga de migra. They didn't translate. I don't speak any Spanish. But what does it mean?
Fuck eyes.
Oh my God. Little kids saying that.
Well, the chinga it's not like a bad word. It's like it's a bad word, but no, it's not like a fuck. But they are saying
Oh, come on. I don't think it's nice, little baby saying things like that.
suppression, there's repression. The parents, maybe his father is in jail, so they can hate him and hurt.
I understand, but I don't know, still. Kids bad words, you know. Oh, because I saw this chingla migra on the boxes, like, what the hell is that? I figured probably something not nice. So chigra, it means what? Ice, chigra means ice?
Migra. They say
migration. I got it. So chigra, la migra. Okay, I should have said that. No, I cursed. But I can be excused, I don't speak Spanish. So where is this picture going to be posted?
Say that again?
This picture, where is going to be posted?
You can go to Movimiento Cosecha Facebook page or Cosecha New Jersey's page. Yeah, so
I see.
yeah, I don't know what news outlets came out today, so I don't know.
Oh, I see, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
You live here? You live around here?
No, I live in Staten Island.
Oh, Staten Island.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Drove over here. And what exactly cosecha is?
Cosecha means harvest in Spanish.
I know you have to go, of course.
I mean, you going that way?
Yeah, I can work with you.
Pretty much, it's a national network of organizers organizing around respect, dignity, and permanent protection for the more 11 million undocumented immigrants, workers. So that's what we do. We organize around that permanent protection. You know, we calling for the stop of deportations. We calling for a permanent protection bill. It doesn't only give permanent protection to 1 million documented
Uh-huh.
kids, but everyone, right?
Everyone. You mean everyone who came here legally or illegally, regardless?
Yeah, undocumented.
Undocumented.
Yeah, if you have papers, you don't need protection, right? But
Okay.
if you're here undocumented, you're a worker, you should be able to get permanent protection, permanent solution,
Uh-huh.
right? We, everyone, the working class, are the ones pulling through this economy, right?
Uh-huh.
We lost family members through the COVID pandemic,
Uh-huh.
and even then we have been excluded from any type of help,
Uh-huh.
right? So we also calling for that, like, don't exclude us,
Uh-huh.
because we were part of the ones that were doing the work.
I see.
Where everybody was staying home. We couldn't stay home,
Uh-huh.
right? So so permanent protection and dignity and respect.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
But this is, the thing that I don't understand. Look, I'm an immigrant myself.
Okay.
Okay, so I came from USSR originally.
Okay. How long ago?
In 1988.
Okay. So
30,
you've
what,
been here for
33 years, yeah, many years.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand is, when I was in USSR, for example,
Yeah.
and if somebody, and of course back then it was a completely different story, it was impossible to get out of USSR. But if, let's say, somebody decided to, get to USSR, and got into USSR and demand or ask, for some sort of protection or help, the Russians wouldn't do that. I don't think that Mexico would do that to, undocumented people or many other countries. I just don't understand. Is it because American generosity that Americans are expected to do that?
No, I think every government should. I think when you bring that discourse,
Uh-huh.
you're looking at the person taking all the hit and not the people hitting those people, right? Because we that come out of our countries, we don't come here because it's a trip at the park. We are forced. It's called forced migration.
Uh-huh.
Because different factors that play into
Like
this.
what?
Right? For example, wars.
Like where? Is there war in Mexico or is there war in...
In El Salvador, civil wars,
Uh-huh.
right? Back in the 80s,
Uh-huh.
a lot of Salvadorans migrated here
Uh-huh.
because of the support that the United States was given to Central
I see.
America, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is not just an immigrant deciding to leave their home country and coming here and demanding something.
Uh-huh.
They have already lost so much in their country,
Uh-huh.
and then coming here
Uh-huh.
once they get here.
Uh-huh.
So when we said, what should you be asking or demanding things
Right,
here,
right.
anywhere? If I would
That's
go to
Mexico. Why don't you stop in Mexico? It's like you speak the same language, the same culture pretty much. You
think
shouldn't go all the way to the United States, logically speaking.
Right. So this is not like isolated to the United States. This happens everywhere. You saw all the migrants coming from Africa
Uh-huh.
to Europe a couple years ago, and still happening. Getting on a boat,
Yes.
trying to get to the other side. Right?
Uh-huh.
So this is not about the United States. This is about international problem,
Capitalism.
Right.
Oh, so it's the problem of the system, the capitalist
Yeah, the
system.
system, exactly.
Oh, I see. I
And
see.
to me, the United States could be just as USSR or like
Uh-huh.
any other country. The problem is the system.
So in other words, you want to come over here, and to make America better, it has to change from capitalist to a socialist system, or?
That's where I think people at the end of the day,
Uh-huh.
whether you're an immigrant, you're a citizen,
Uh-huh.
you're a worker,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right.
Whatever system
Uh-huh.
that will prioritize the workers,
Privatize the workers. So what does it mean?
put as the workers a priority, not as the,
Prioritize.
Yeah,
I thought you
sorry.
said privatize. or
no,
what?
prioritize
Okay.
the
Uh-huh.
workers
Uh-huh.
and their livelihoods.
Uh-huh.
That's the system. Now, I don't know if you want to call it X, Y, Z, or whatever, right?
But who is a worker? That's another thing that kind of confuses me. Coming from USSR, of course, originally, which was workers' paradise. It was the
I
workers.
don't know if it ever was. I think the idea was to make it, but I don't think it never happened.
But why did it never happen?
It got really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be workers' paradise. That's where it all started, 1917, in my former country, in the USSR.
Yeah.
And it was a horror story. I must tell you that. It was a horror story.
Yeah, I believe
But everything belonged to the workers, like you say.
I don't
So
think
who
everything-
are the workers then?
I don't think it actually belonged to a work. It belonged to a small, again.
Are you recording him?
Huh?
Are you recording him?
I think it's on. You don't mind, right?
Did you ask him? If he was,
No,
We just started a conversation.
yeah, but did you ask him to he does not?
I just-
being recorded.
Just figured it's kind of public space, walking along the street. You don't mind, do you?
No, but
Me,
you
me,
gotta
me
ask
talking to him.
people.
Do you mind?
But I didn't know you were recording, but I mean,
What the difference does it make?
No,
That make a big
makes
difference because it's the right of privacy. You
Yeah.
have to ask somebody to film them,
In the
take
street?
a picture. Yes,
Really?
anywhere. It's by law. You have to protect everybody's right. No mean that you are allowed to take
O sea, que
pictures
quieres
or nothing.
no le hablamos, déjalo.
If you have a problem with that?
Stay away from us, thank you.
Okay, sure, no problem.